Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're focusing squarely on ACIM Lesson 40. And I want to start by telling you exactly what this lesson is right out of the gate. I am blessed as a son of God. If you're looking to shift your mindset, reduce your daily friction, and build an absolutely unshakable sense of inner peace, well, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to take this specific lesson and break it down completely so you can apply it to your life today, literally starting right now. Whether you're feeling overwhelmed by your schedule or just looking for a more consistent baseline of calm, this is designed for you.
Okay, let's dive into this. Our ultimate goal today is to look at this text and translate it into a deeply understandable, highly practical daily habit that absolutely anyone can use. You don't need any special background, any prior spiritual training, or any complex philosophies to get massive value out of this. The core message here is really all about recognizing your fundamental value. By simply stating, I am blessed as a son of God, you're actively interrupting those negative, stressful narratives that constantly run in the background of our minds. You know the ones. The voices telling you that you forgot to send that crucial email, or you completely messed up yesterday's meeting, or you're just not doing enough. We're going to look at exactly how the text instructs us to use this phrase to radically alter the trajectory of our day, shifting us out of that constant anxiety and right back into a space of clarity.
The text tells us that today we begin to assert some of the happy things to which you are entitled, being what you are. Now let's take any complex dogma completely out of this for a second so we can really understand the core mechanism at play. Being a son of God in this specific context simply means you are universally entitled to happiness. It means you have an inherent, undeniable right to peace, love, and contentment just because you exist. You don't have to earn it through hard work, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone, and you certainly don't have to achieve a certain financial or social status to unlock it. You're just claiming what is already naturally yours. And why is this so absolutely crucial? Because it's a profound shift from seeking happiness externally, waiting for a promotion or a vacation or the perfect weekend, to asserting that it naturally belongs to you internally right this very second.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the specific schedule the text gives us for this practice. You might think a deep spiritual or psychological shift requires sitting cross-legged on a meditation cushion for an hour in total silence, right? Not here. The text explicitly states that no long practice periods are required today. Instead, the focus is entirely on frequency, 10 minutes. The text tells us that checking in once every 10 minutes would be highly desirable. Think about how completely that breaks up your standard routine. Instead of letting stress steadily build up over a few hours until you're just completely exhausted by lunchtime, you're essentially resetting your mental baseline every single 10 minutes. It's a rapid-fire pattern interrupt that keeps you actively anchored to your inherent peace throughout the whole day, no matter what crazy stuff is going on around you.
So the crucial point is how we handle those inevitable moments when we fall off track. Because let's be real, when you try to do something every 10 minutes, life is absolutely going to get in the way. Your phone will ring, the kids will need something, some urgent project is going to land on your desk. You are going to forget. And the text anticipates this beautifully. If you forget, you just try again. If there are long interruptions, try again. Whenever you remember, try again. Notice how there is absolutely no room for guilt, frustration, or perfectionism here. None. The text explicitly says today's exercises take no effort. It's built entirely on grace. You simply pick the practice right back up the exact second you remember without beating yourself up. This takes all the pressure off and makes it a genuinely joyful habit to cultivate, rather than just another stressful chore you're feeling to check off your to-do list.
Let's see how this builds into real-world adaptability. The text acknowledges that while closing your eyes for these brief exercise periods is probably more helpful, well, it's just not always feasible. You might be driving your car, sitting in a tense board meeting, or wrangling kids in the middle of a busy grocery store. The instruction here is incredibly clear. Do not miss a practice period because of this. You can practice quite well under almost any circumstance if you really want to. And honestly, this is what makes this specific tool a real game changer. It's not a retreat from the world. It's an active mechanism designed to be used directly in the middle of your busy, chaotic everyday life. Whether your eyes are softly closed in a quiet room or wide open while sitting in bumper-to-bumper rush hour traffic, the assertion holds the exact same power.
All right, let's walk through the first specific practice example provided in the text. You start by repeating today's core idea, and then you begin to layer on attributes you associate with your inherent worth. The text gives us this exact template. I am blessed as a son of God. I am happy, peaceful, loving, and contented. When you do your 10-minute check-in, you simply say this to yourself, allowing the words to really sink in. Notice how applying these specific, positive attributes directly to yourself immediately shifts your physical energy. You aren't wishing to be happy, you aren't hoping for peace to magically arrive someday in the future. You are actively asserting that at your very core, right here and right now, you are already happy, peaceful, loving, and contented. Try taking a slow breath when you say it and just feel that shift.
And this brilliantly illustrates the complete flexibility of the practice. The text offers a second option for your check-ins, which sounds like this. I am blessed as a son of God. I am calm, quiet, assured, and confident. You can literally tailor the mantra to exactly what you need in that specific moment of your day. For instance, if you're about to step into a really difficult conversation, or you're gearing up to tackle a high-pressure project at work, layering on assured and confident perfectly addresses the immediate situation while still rooting you in the core lesson. You're reminding yourself that your true confidence isn't based on the unpredictable outcome of that meeting, and it sure isn't dependent on anyone else's validation. It's based entirely on your unshakable inherent nature.
But what about when things are moving so fast you don't even have time to think about adding those extra attributes? The text actually has a built-in safety net for that, too. It tells us that if only a brief period is available, merely telling yourself that you are blessed as a son of God will do. That's all it takes. That is all you need to keep the habit alive and maintain your active connection to the practice. It's just a single, silent sentence in your mind as you walk down the hallway or wait for an elevator. It takes literally 2 seconds, meaning there's zero excuse for being too busy to assert your right to inner peace. Even on your absolute most chaotic day, you always have 2 seconds to internally claim your calm.
So, bringing it all together, let's summarize our actionable takeaway for today. The core lesson you're focusing on is simply, I am blessed as a son of God. And your schedule? Do this as frequently as possible, ideally once every 10 minutes throughout your entire day. Remember, this requires absolutely no effort and zero stress. It is just a constant, gentle realignment with your inherent value and your right to be peaceful. By the way, if you're finding this explainer helpful and you want to master more practical concepts exactly like this, please take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing you these structured, applicable insights.
I want to leave you with this final, genuinely powerful thought to carry with you as you close this explainer and go about the rest of your day. How will your day actually change when you claim your blessing every 10 minutes? Seriously, imagine how radically different your reactions to setbacks will be. Imagine how much less stress will actually stick to you when you're actively, consistently asserting your absolute right to be happy, calm, and confident. The text gives you the exact, straightforward tools to do it with zero friction and zero effort. So as soon as this finishes, start the clock. Try it out, give yourself complete grace when you inevitably forget, and see just how profoundly this simple 10-minute habit can transform your daily experience.